What if we opened the door but we didn't shut it?
Delete it. Delete it, come on!
The spirits, they followed us.
Oh, we have to do something.
You want to do it again?
I'm Rob from the Smoke and Mirrors podcast. Thank you so much for giving us the time today, or giving me the time today. We're usually a group of three. But the
What happened to the other two?
Well, they had to work and whatnot, so they couldn't get off work. One starting a new job.
Where are they?
I know. I give my time up freely.
Yeah.
I'm committed. So congratulations on the film. It must be unbelievable to come out of Sundance, have your film picked up there, picked up by A24. How are you guys feeling?
So overwhelmed and still feel like we're sleeping. It feels like a dream. It's so, overwhelmed is like how I feel. We're waiting for something bad to happen because it's too much good right now.
Well, you got more on the way, right? This is opening up so many more opportunities for you guys. But I think this is one of the coolest horror setups with the hand. There's so much detail in the design of it. What was it about that concept from Daley Pearson that made you want to turn it into a feature?
Yeah, so he had a short film and it was kids that were partying with possession. And so it was such a cool concept.
Yeah.
And he sent me the short film. It was like an awesome comedy, comedy horror sort of short. And then I rewrote it. It did a bit more serious and inserted the characters that I really connected with.
Yeah.
And then once I started writing, I couldn't stop. And it was I had 80 pages within 5 days. And then I sent that over to my co-writer, Bill Hinsman. And I don't know, I just attached to that concept and was obsessed with it. And shout out Daley.
Yeah, absolutely. I never expected someone from Bluey.
Yeah, how weird is that? Yeah, he's got his dark side. It's not all. Yeah, Daley's got his dark side.
I don't know, hold my son's eyes closed when I watch it. So the film doesn't give away too much about the lore of the hand. Was that intentional from the get-go, or was that refined sort of in the script or on the cutting room floor for you guys?
Well, we had such an intensive Bible, like a mythology Bible, which states everything, where it came from, how it works.
Yeah.
But I just really wanted the kids to be in over their heads, out of their depth, and not really understand what they were messing with.
Yeah.
I think that was more scary to us, is that them not understanding what it was that they were messing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sequence, that almost binge possession sequence, is insane. The dynamic camera movements and whatnot is unbelievable. I think that was freaky. I imagine my kids I don't know, going out to a house party and drinking or whatnot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just going crazy, but you don't know what you're messing with until someone gets hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of thing with that that montage sequence. It's how they're viewing the hand and the reality of it.
Yeah.
The juxtaposition. That was something that was on purpose. And finding that song it was difficult to find that song, but when we found it, it's it felt right.
That was perfect.
And how good is Sophie sang that for real. That was Sophie's voice. Singing in the montage.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
She started singing in French. Yeah. People what the hell? Yeah, it was so awesome.
But it was so otherworldly. You just didn't know what was sort of happening and what to expect. Yeah. I loved it. Speaking of Sophie, so Mia has a scene where she's really curious about something. Her first interaction with the hand, right? But she's scared of it at first, and she has to kind of fight through the fear to experience it. Have you guys in your life ever sort of had an experience like that, where you sort of had to fight through the fear to get to experience something that you were curious about?
We did these live events for our YouTube channel, which was doing deathmatch wrestling in front of a crowd with light tubes, barbed wire, thumbtacks, things like that. And we organized an event, and we were doing some pretty dangerous stuff in there. And I remember thinking all the ways it could go wrong. And I was in the back, oh man, I created this. And there's people that have come to watch it, and we packed out the whole venue to be able to, there was one side of you that just wanted to walk away. It was scary, beforehand. But then once the music hit, I just became excited, and I'd be ready to die in front of an audience like that of your fans, do crazy stuff. So it was fighting through the fear to do that.
It's Gladiator.
I felt it going into production of Talk to Me. I remember having so much nerves and questioning myself and are we ready? Do we know what we're doing? Is this going to be awful? This film's going to be shit. Oh gosh, sorry. But I remember having those thoughts and feelings. It was always in the daytime I was confident, and at night I was
when you're by yourself.
Yeah, when you're by yourself and you start thinking and thinking. I remember that being really scary. Well, even turning down, because it was going to be with a Hollywood company to begin with. right? And guaranteed theatrical. But
Wow.
they started giving notes, so we weren't agreeing with creatively. So we decided to take the independent route and just make it the movie that we wanted to make without interference.
Yeah.
That was scary as well because you're giving up that guarantee, much bigger budget, guaranteed release like theatrically to be like, oh, we're going to do it independently for half the amount of money and, you know, maybe screw it up. You know?
That takes balls for sure. 100%. So my last question, or if I got more time, so how far along in development is Street Fighter? I know that you guys' names are attached to it. Not too sure how much you can sort of
we can't say too much, but it's early days.
Okay.
It's early. Yeah, there's no script or anything like that. It's like it's early discussions. Like it's so early on.
We're just developing it, looking at things that inspired Street Fighter, the games, the movies, the people, because it's all based on things that, you know, we want to nod to that stuff as well. And we just love the game so much. The opportunity to give justice to a game, to the film, which is hard to do. I want to have a go at doing that.
Yeah, like Michael he went down into the mountains in Thailand and tracked down a guy that one of the characters from the game is based on.
Sagat.
Sagat.
So he went and tracked down Sagat. And
I was training with Sagat.
Oh, man. Tiger uppercut.
Exactly. You should see it.
So would that be safe to assume that Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, manga is an influence for you guys?
I've been reading everything, even the stuff that Udon put out, and then all the manga and all the graphic novels. I've been reading everything, like just to get as much. There's so much lore that I didn't realize were part of the games, and it was been so fun to dive into that. So
he dives into that, but he sucks at the game.
I don't know about that.
Really?
My research has been the game. I'm the winner of the game, so there you go.
I guarantee I'd beat you in Street Fighter 2.
Yes, I would. What?
On that, who's your favorite character? Who do you use?
I'm pretty boring. Ryu.
Yeah. Close.
Ryu.
What about you?
Dalsim.
And still loses.
That's the cheapest character. I find Dalsim.
It's the most like fantastical, you know? It's stretchy.
It's come on, that's beautiful. Yeah. But I love it. But I'd love to do a sequel to Talk to Me as well. Come on, give me a sequel. But yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd love a sequel. I'm so invested in that. But I was also thinking, this hand has traveled so much. Like you see Japanese kanji on there.
Yeah.
Where has it been? Like I need to see like an anthology series.
Oh, like a prequel.
Like a Tales from the Crypt sort of prequel.
Oh, that's such a cool idea.
There is things written on the hand that nod to the lore and stuff. It's not just all random writing. It's there for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, so there is a massive world out there. How much we explore it, we'll have to see.
We'll see. But yes, I just would love to extend it. And I've also got another horror film that I've written that I really want to do as well. But we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Just gone with the flow.
It's
called Bring Her Back.
Bring Her Back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, this one has to do good first. Like, Talk to Me has to do good first before they give us another one, I think. So, yeah.
When there's flops, that'll never happen. It'll never be Bring Her Back.
Well, you get the cult classics as
well.
well.
That's true. It could get big and streaming outside of the cinema. That's some faithful.
Yeah.
Going up against Oppenheimer,
and Barbie.
And Barbie, yes. True. But that's like the horror alternate that's kind of always been there.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll wear like shirts out front of the cinema. Hey guys, after that, why don't you come check this one out? You know,
just put hands everywhere. Like you've already got a hand outside the door. Just
I know, how crazy.
Have you seen that one there?
Oh.
Did you know the person that made the hand that actually crafted the hand quit the day after that they made it? Something happened that night and they left.
That's freaky. What the
No, they're not dead.
I know that you guys are LA based, so just quickly, I brought you some Tim Tams.
Oh, let's go.
In case you kind of get on.
Yes.
But we are actually Adelaide based. But I'm still going to steal this.
Thanks so much, man.
Thank you. Nice being here.
Nice as well.
Oh my God.